Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, including the Insidious, The Red Door opens today. Joyride arrives. So you got Joyride, Insidious 5. They arrive in theaters. Are you going to go out and see either of them? There's a lot in the theaters that we'll be taking a look at. There's Emilia Clarke talks about acting in front of green screens. Shang Chi 2 finally gets an update. That's good because we just spoke the other day. Is like, where is Shang Chi 2? I mean, come on, it's been, a couple of years now. Blue Beetle update. Danny Devito, Taylor Swift, the musician's getting hit in the head on stage. It's gone way too far, guys. But we start off today's show by talking about that trailer for The Nun 2 that dropped yesterday. And I watched it, of course, because I like horror. And we saw the first images of Tessa Farmiga there. That's going to be in part of this movie. So, The Nun, which became the highest grossing Conjuring movie, really, of all time, with 365.5 million globally. Okay, so the demonic nun, Valak, right? So, now we read the synopsis about this one yesterday when we were looking at the images that were going to be released. What was it, in Empire? And then, the trailer dropped yesterday, September 8th, 1956 France. A priest is murdered and evil is spreading. The sequel to the worldwide smash hit follows Sister Irene as she once again comes face to face with Valak, the demon nun. And, okay, so, Tessa Farmiga is back. And the Storm Reed is an unknown character, really unknown. Bonnie Aarons is back as the nun. Anna Popplewell. I don't know who those people are, but let's just get to the trailer. Now, I'm not going to watch it here, guys, because of, copyright reasons. But, I felt like... the synopsis we read yesterday was about some gardener that goes to this, nunnery or something, and he's possessed with the demon nun. Now, I didn't get any of that. Like, there was maybe like some guy here in the beginning. Is that supposed to be our main character? Because when I watched this, I was kind of like, it's more about these girls, right? Michael Chavez directs or picks up with Sister Irene, friend Maurice. Maurice being possessed by the demon Valak after a terrible event at the French school Maurice works at. Sister Irene goes to the country to investigate, and she's aided along the way by Storm Reed's character. Okay, cool. I don't know how that's going to fit in, but I do like Storm Reed. You guys know I liked Missing this year, that movie, Missing. She was good in that. I want to see more stuff from her. The trailer did show a lot of cool imagery and stuff. How she was kind of like her visage was in the walls and in paintings and stuff like that. And I like that. Like that's Mothman stuff, right? That's how he supposedly appears. He doesn't come in like actual form, but it's kind of like the red dot of like a stop sign would be like one of his eyes, and like it's really weird how that stuff works. I like the paranormal aspect of that kind of stuff. But anyway, the trailer's kind of dark, so I've brightened it here on my screen. This girl, I don't know if they're playing Truth or Dare, but yeah, that's creepy. That's creepy. And that got me creeped out on September 8th. And there she is, Tessa Farmiga. So she goes to this place to help out her friend, and I hope this is like Annabelle Creation. I said this yesterday too, and I know it's kind of boring, but Annabelle Creation was a huge monumental step up from the first Annabelle movie. So hopefully this one continues that trend. See how she's looking at like this magazine stand, and she's getting creeped out, and then just like the shape, the outline of it starts to come into the look of Valak there, and jump scare. You know it's going to be jump scares galore in this, guys. That's part of the Conjuring magic. But there's parts in here where she really looks like her sister. It's her sister, right? Tessa Farmiga? Vera Farmiga is her sister? They're sisters, right? Let's go over to her IMDb page. 1994. The younger sister of Vera. Yeah, 21 years her senior. Hey, that happens. Yeah, so she was in The Gilded Age, and she's got Nun 2, and she taught love. Mule. Of course, she was in First Nun in 2018. So 5 years? It took 5 years to get us to The Nun 2. Anyway, guys, the trailer dropped. What do you guys think? Are you interested in The Nun 2? Let's see what some of the comments say. They better give the nun the respect she deserves this time. She's the scariest thing to come out of the Conjuring universe. She deserves a good scary movie. So I'm not the only one out there that felt like the first one was meh. I want to do a full watch along for it, and if I can find it on Tubi or something, maybe we can do that. What do you see? To which he responds, "None yet." Okay, someone just being silly. I love the part where Valak said it's nun and okay. Now they're coming out in full force. The concept of the nun is insanely terrifying. I'm happy they decided to turn her into a franchise. Well, yeah, they're. I think it has to do with that religious angle, right? That nuns are somewhat creepy, and a lot of that is embedded in the fact that it didn't help that throughout the ages that nuns and priests were used to lay down the rule of law from the church in not so good ways. But I'm not going to go into a diatribe about that. The Nun 2 trailer, what did you guys think? Did you see it? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Okay, so let's get into what's opening up this weekend. Keeping on with the horror theme, Insidious 5 opens. Insidious, the Red Door. And I'm going to go see this tomorrow. I may try to squeeze into it at 10:30 tonight. But I don't know. It depends on how tired I am. And I would miss like the first 10 minutes of the credits. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. I might just enjoy a double feature tomorrow of Insidious and Joyride. But it's opened, and we'll take a look at what the Thursday response is for this. The Lamberts must go into the deeper further than they ever before to put their demons to rest once and for all. Patrick Wilson, the actor, this guy, directs this film, and his directorial debut is going to be this. So I'm very interested in this. Rose Byrne is back. Ty Simpkins is back. And, yeah. I like the trailer. I like the concept of this. Leigh Whannell is Specs. Yeah. He's one of the guys that, worked with Lynn Shay. She was like the medium that, helped save them in the first one and then was killed, but keeps on resurfacing in like stock footage and stuff like that. That's fine. I like the trailer. So what are people saying about Insidious, the Red Door? Let's go over to the tomato meter. 42% by critics. Only 24 reviews though, so maybe that could be a saving grace. 72% by the audience. So this will get the horror fans. This will get the Insidious fans. They'll get like the minuscule Patrick Wilson fans, and so there'll be a curiosity, right? Oh, how does this wrap up? What are they doing with this, right? Will this be better than the third and fourth ones? So far, critics are saying no. Snapshot reviews. Variety says, for a first-time director, Patrick Wilson doesn't do a bad job, but he's working with tropes that have already been worked to death. It's time to close this carnival of souls down. San Francisco Chronicle says, even with half a dozen decent jump scares, this PG-13 effort isn't very frightening. Part of that has to do with a pokey sense of pacing. Pacing, that could be an issue for me. I've been very critical of pacing lately. Tension just isn't built during the long lead-ups to paranormal action. All right, let's take a look at some of the good ones from Bloody Disgusting. Wilson reminds audiences why they fell in love with the Lambert family with a sentimental sequel that tenderly bids them farewell. Okay, so this will indeed be their farewell. While it doesn't pack in the scares, it offers more poignant closure to the protagonists that started all. And that's what I want to hear, right? Yeah, it's in a horrific universe, but Patrick Wilson, he's an actor, and he's a damn good actor. He's directing, and I like directors that have acting backgrounds so they understand the craft, they understand character, and if it's more of a dramatic piece than a horrific piece, fine. We know that we see the Darth Maul monster because we saw him in the trailer. So Rose Byrne back in this. She's top tier talent as well too. Oh, Perry Nemiroff's on here too. Cool, awesome. I always trust her judgment. The Red Door is a solid return to the further, an effective mix of classic Insidious jump scares, unnerving, lengthier set pieces, and a personal favorite scares heavily tied to a character. A personal favorite. I'm going to have to try to keep my eye out for that. Personal scares. Heavily tied to character. Okay. Hey, you know, she's a horror fan too, right? She likes the genre films. Better than this quote. Insidious the Red Door offers closure, but little else. Well, thanks. Thanks for that. Impulse Gamer says, Insidious the Red Door is an effective end to the Insidious franchise as it is both a good calling card for actor-director Patrick Wilson as a filmmaker and a fun exercise in delivering the terror for the masses. Now, guys, 42%, 72%, that's not going to get the wows out there. That's not going to get people going, ooh, you know what? Maybe we should go check this movie out. We look at the box office and where this could land. Indiana Jones, that was the long weekend. This is the long weekend numbers, guys. So maybe we shouldn't use these numbers because it was like a 4-day weekend. We'll use the normal 2-day weekend. You got to think about Indiana Jones is going to get chopped in half for sure because the buzz just isn't there for it. So let's say it gets chopped more than half. Let's say it gets chopped down to about 25 million this weekend, which will be enough for it to retain the number one spot if Joyride and Insidious 5 don't make more than that. But I'm thinking, can they? Joyride, maybe. Insidious 5, probably not. Insidious movies have never really all tracked that well. Let me just see if I can find something. See if I can find the numbers for the Insidious franchise here. Okay, so Insidious, the first one came out. Yeah, it was lower because people just didn't know about it. It was by far a really good theatrical experience. Insidious Chapter 3 was no good. Insidious The Last Key, the fourth one. And Insidious Chapter 2, because of the notoriety, people really liked the first one. They're like, well, give us more of the second one. And I kind of did like the second one. Of course, it wasn't as good as the first one. I liked how they kind of tied into events of the first one. So I'm guessing that this Insidious 5 is going to be doing that as well, tying into events of the first one. So opening weekend numbers here. The most anticipated one was 40 million, but the Last Key was 29 million. So you can see that it kind of it went like this, right? Could it make more than 25 million? Possibly. I doubt it. I'm guessing it's going to be around 20 million, which is not going to be good enough to beat Indiana Jones or Joyride. So what do you guys think about that? Let's talk about Joyride, because Joyride also opens up this weekend, a raunchy rom-com, an hour and 35 minutes, which is a good thing. Insidious 5 is an hour and 47 minutes. So they're both under 2 hours, which is good. Joyride follows 4 Chinese-American friends as they bond and discover the truth of what it means to know and love who you are while they travel through China in search of their birth mothers. Okay. Again, I said this yesterday. Obviously, I'm not the demographic for this film. I don't relate to any of these characters visually. but I may perhaps story-wise relate to what's going on. I've been hearing mixed things, and that's despite what people are saying on the Tomato Meter, that it's the best comedy of the year. I don't know about that. I'll give it a fair shake. Adele Lim directs. I don't mind the raunch. Uh, I don't mind raunchy rom-coms. I mean, come on. I liked Jennifer Lawrence's No Hard Feelings. So I don't know any of these actors, guys. I'll be honestly, I got to tell you that I don't. The only one I know is the one from Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is, she's listed. Wait a minute, where the heck is she listed? Shouldn't she have top billing? What the heck was her name? Guys, that's her right there, right? Am I not seeing her name here? Dude, IMDb, what the heck's going on here, man? You gotta step up your game. Come on, she was nominated for supporting actress. What the heck's going on here? I thought she was in this movie. Maybe I got it wrong. Stephanie Shu, yeah, right there. What the heck's going on? That should be top billing. IMDb. My God, that's atrocious. That's shameful. But anyway, what are people saying over on the Tomato Meter for this? As I said, it's pretty high. 92 by critics, 89 by audience. But there are a few people out there that are... The criticisms I saw were that it was, the raunchy was too raunchy for them. And it was just kind of gratuitous raunch, which I guess you would be getting from any kind of raunchy rom-com. As I said, I'll give it a fair shake. But why the heck is Stephanie Shu not top billing? She should be. Yeah, see, here in Rotten Tomatoes, they know how to play ball on Rotten Tomatoes. What the heck's going on with IMDb? Let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews. Movie Freak, sorry. Joyride is a laugh out loud funny. Okay. Movie Mom says the strength of this movie is not the raunch, but the friendships. Okay, cool. Well, that's what I like to hear. As long as it's got an emotional backbone, like a dramatic backbone, I'll be on board with that. Boston Globe. It's a near miss for me, though, to be honest. It's hard to stay mad at a movie whose centerpiece is a K-pop rendition of Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's filthy rap hit it WAP? W-A-P? What? I'm sorry, guys. I'm somewhat ignorant when it comes to pop music, current pop music. Take a look at somebody else's good review. No, that's bad review. It's almost as if Lim felt embarrassed about making the raunchy comedy that focal point of her film, but attempts to give Joyride something loftier as misplaced and artificial. Artificial? Huh? What? I don't know. Metaversity Reviews says, though comedies featuring queer Gen Z teens have been taking Hollywood by storm. Have they been taking Hollywood by storm? What other ones have we seen? Guys, I've seen close to 50 plus movies this year, and none of them have been of this subject matter. Not that it's an issue. What the heck is she talking about, though? It's a little rare to watch adults in their late 20s and early 30s break out of the cis and... I hate that word. I hate it. Yeah. And I'm progressive. I'm one of the... hey, you do whatever you want to do. You don't want me putting a label on you. I don't want you putting a label on me. That's the way I look at it. I don't want you telling me that I have to use certain words and pronouns to describe myself. I do not want to use this word to describe myself because I'm straight, right? I don't want to use that. I hate that. I never want anybody using that. Anyway, I digress. Hey, it is what it is. That's going to be a minor. That's going to really have nothing to do, hopefully, with Joyride. But if it does, then it's definitely going to have an impact on the box office because, as I said, people are done with that kind of stuff. And I myself, as I'm very progressive, I don't need that shoved down my throat. So where will they land? What's the prognostication? I'm thinking, I still think Indiana Jones is going to have enough steam to hold on to the number one. I think Joyride's going to be number two with 24 million. And I think Insidious 5 will be around 18 million. I would love to say 20. Elemental flip-flopped. Elemental flip-flopped. Okay. I think Elemental, yeah, that's what I would like to say. Elemental will be fourth, and then Spider-Man will be number 5. So, Indiana Jones 1, Joyride number 2, Insidious 5 number 3, Elemental number 4, and Spider-Man number 5. Yeah, Spider-Man needs to, it's had its time. Elemental, the word of mouth about how good Elemental is getting out there. And all the people that have gone out to see Spider-Man are now finally going, oh, well, what else is good in the theater this summer that's good for kids? Ruby Gillman's not doing anything. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to break into the top 5. Yeah, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, so that's the way that this weekend is shaping up, guys. What do you think? Are you going to go out and see any of these movies this weekend? If you are, let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Chris Schober says, how's it going today? I'm watching the Pennywise, the Story of It documentary. Okay, cool, man. I do want to check that one out. I like a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff with Tim Curry. Guys, you know that I'm a huge Emilia Clarke fan. You know that I am. Game of Thrones, everything, right? I even liked her in Solo, and I hope we get a Kira spin-off film with her working with Darth Maul. Emilia Clarke shuts down those who say green screen acting isn't real acting. The actress come after Anthony Hopkins said during a previous interview that green screen acting was pointless acting. Oh yeah, so she's gone to bat. She's done her fair share of green screen stuff because the dragons, they were green screen. She was just holding like green logs to like be like the petting the head of the dragons and stuff like that. And of course, she worked on Star Wars and stuff. And we're currently watching her right now in Secret Invasion, which I'm really enjoying. So let's just take a look at this quote from an interview from the LA Times, where she says, quote, "The stigma is that people don't do any acting in these shows," Clarke said. And then you're like, well, then why are you, then why are they asking all these great actors to do it? And why are they saying yes? Yeah, that's a good point. They're saying that, yeah, that is the stigma, close quote there, that people don't do any acting in these shows and the green screen stuff. It's kind of like, well, guys, it's still hard to say the line, to have it convincing. If somebody could come on screen and just read the line and have it be convincing, then everybody would do it, right? No, it's about saying it with conviction. It's saying it with believability that it translates from the camera to the person watching wherever, right? And she understands that. She's an actor, of course. She's a great actress. Emilia Clarke is one of my faves, I would say. Maybe not in the top 10. I mean, the top 10 is stacked with people like Cate Blanchett and Jennifer Lawrence. Anyway, she's up there. I do like her work, and I am enjoying her in Secret Invasion. So the actress's rationale was that if it isn't real acting, then the top actors such as Samuel L. Jackson or Olivia Colman wouldn't take on green screen projects. The cast is ridiculous. She was talking about it. I was like, where do I sign? Yeah. So I guess, Anthony Hopkins said this about working on Thor. Yeah, because Thor had a lot of green screen stuff. Anthony Hopkins can say what he wants. He's obviously a top tier talent actor. He did okay with it, obviously, and she did. And yeah, I respect Emilia Clarke, guys. You know that I do. We're talking about that Secret Invasion here on the channel. If you like what you see, guys, we do full live watch-alongs for movies like Black Widow, Extraction 2, talking about Chris Hemsworth and Thor. And of course, we're watching Secret Invasion right now. We're 3 episodes in, halfway through the season. I'm really enjoying it. Really, I think this is the second best MCU show that's been out since WandaVision. by far, hands down. I like the espionage. I like the acting. The pacing of it goes by really, really fast. I enjoy it. So my reviews for Indiana Jones is up right now. Asteroid City, No Hard Feelings. And of course, coming tomorrow, you'll get my straight out of the theater reaction for Insidious 5 and Joyride. So busy weekend, guys. Busy weekend. By far, for sure. And if you want to check out any of those, go check out the channel Mirror Domains. Chris Shower says, I can't wait for Blue Beetle to come out. Does Shang Chi 2 have a release date? No. We'll talk about, we'll talk about that right now. Let's talk about Shang Chi. Simu Liu offers disappointing update on Shang-Chi 2 after Avengers delays, because he's going to appear in Barbie, right? He's going to be one of the Kens in the Barbie movie that comes out in 2 weeks. Not on the 14th, guys, on the 21st. So 2 weeks. This is the 7th, 14th, 21. That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks for Barbie, and he offers us an update. And I said this yesterday. It was like, where the heck is Shang-Chi 2? I mean, for God's sakes, why do these things have to take like 5 years to come out? It's ridiculous. So, Simu Liu was doing a press tour, I would imagine, for this. And he said he offered an update about the status of the sequel. He was told that it would follow Avengers, but that keeps being pushed back due to circumstances beyond my control. Hope is to have more concrete news to share soon. Yeah, because it wasn't on the slate, right? And I thought that he would be a bigger part of what the MCU would be doing going forward. Like, I thought he would be much more, like, Wong has been more apparent than Shang-Chi, right? It's been kind of curious. So, yeah. So is he talking about Avengers Kang Dynasty or Avengers Secret Wars? I'm imagining he would be in Secret Wars, because that's the Secret Wars will be their last big come together, and then I think they got to reboot. They'll have to put it to rest and just reboot the universe after that. Although, why? You've done your comic book movies like this. Let it rest for like 20, 30 years. And then, yeah, because I don't see how you top it. I don't see how you top the first 3 phases of the MCU. But I do want to see more Shang-Chi. So he said Liu most likely to get to reprise his roles for Kang Dynasty, Avengers Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. He could even show up in other projects. Of course he could. I don't think that he'll show up in Captain America 4. He's definitely maybe the Marvels as a post-credit scene. I don't know. But Marvels is not tracking well, man. The buzz around it is just like there was a report out for the Marvels that they were considering tanking it, pulling it from the schedule, kind of like what they did with Batgirl in the DCU. I don't know, but they're going to get behind it, and Marvels I don't expect to do very well at the box office. Comic book movies, man. Comic book movies. And as much as everybody applauds Kevin Feige for the success of the MCU, it's starting to that wave that he was on slowly starting to come down, and I hope it doesn't crash. But everything has a cycle, right? Everything has a beginning and everything has an end. We'll have to see how. Hopefully he can turn it around. Hopefully. Piper says, hey, in the live chat. Hey, bye, Piper. My bad. There we go. We started half an hour early today because I was sitting around doing nothing. And it's going to be like that for the next 3 weeks, guys. It's probably going to be around 10:30, but when we're back in August and stuff, we'll be back at this time slot. And then we'll be going hardcore all afternoon gaming. be, or maybe even after in the evenings we'll do gaming. I don't know. Um, it's going to be intense. 2 times a week, 3 times a week gaming. I don't know. For a couple of hours playing video games, streaming. That's what the new computer's for. All right, Blue Beetle. Let's talk about Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle turns Susan Sarandon into a villainous figure. Yeah, we know that she's going to be the villain in this, right? So turns her into a villainous figure. According to Reddit, of course I'm the bad guy. I'm the white military industrial complex. She said this on an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. All right. I thought we would get an image of her, but I guess not. That sucks. Blue Beetle, August 18th. August 18th for Blue Beetle. And there'll be the second last... No, Blue Beetle's supposed to be part of the new DCU, so I don't know how the heck that's going to fit in, guys. Because Aquaman then comes out after it? Is that what happens? Sparking even more interest. I thought we would get an image of her. Sorry, my bad. But anyway, Blue Beetle. Let me just confirm that release date. Yeah, August 18th. And then Aquaman is in December, right? Or November? Again, I hate to say it, guys. I just don't hear any buzz about this. I don't hear anybody talking about this. I don't hear anybody going, I'm so excited to see it. So it's kind of like, I hope the budget isn't too high. I hope it's a sleeper hit. 120 million. I hope people come out of the theater saying, wow, Blue Beetle is actually pretty good. Guys, if you want a fun time at the theater, go check out Blue Beetle. That's what I want to hear, right? Because we got to turn this stuff around. We can't keep on going down memory lane, which is what multiverse is going to be doing with us. I don't know. Danny DeVito wants to go down memory lane. Danny DeVito says he's definitely open to a Penguin return. Well, how could that be? He was definitely dead. And I like the way that he went out. I thought it was very visually grotesque and stunning. When he comes up out of the water and like then the blood gushes from his nose and stuff like that, that was horrific, man. That was the grit that I liked about Batman Returns, and we watched it here on the channel. We did a full live watch along for that here on the channel because I wanted to watch the Michael Keaton Batman movies before the Flash opened up, and I said throughout that reaction, right, that Danny DeVito was doing really cool stuff as an actor. It was ugly. It was visceral. How could he possibly return? Maybe in a multiverse kind of way. That's the only way that they could do it, right? Let's see what he said. Quote, I would definitely consider doing it. Yeah, DeVito told SFX magazine. Batman Returns was a great part. It was operatic. You could just pull out all the stops. There were so many motivating things, so many things churning up inside him. Being the odd man out, the odd bird out, brought the character out of me. It was an emotional experience for me because I felt it was an opportunity of a lifetime to play Oswald Cobblepot with Tim's vision and design. Tim is a genius to me. So, yeah. DeVito is said to have grabbed his penguin umbrella from Batman Returns, having kept it as a prop. Huh, cool. That is the original Penguin's umbrella. Yeah. So he liked playing the character. We know that we're getting the Penguin for the Colin Farrell spin-off series from that Batman movie series. Could, in some multiverse way, I think the Flash kind of put the nail in that coffin. Like if the Flash was $1 billion film, then it would have opened up the door for possibilities. But I'll tell you this, man. Using all the villains in some kind of capacity, like a Sinister Six, like Spider-Man kind of way for Batman, but having them, like if you could somehow get Michelle Pfeiffer back too. Or you know what? Make a third Batman with Michael Keaton. Make it small. It doesn't have to be full of visual effects and stuff like that. Character pieces, like what Batman Returns was, right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if people want to see that. I don't know. Gives me pause. Anyway, we'll move on because it's just making me flounder. Yesterday, we talked about Taylor Swift adding a bunch of Eras tour announcements to Europe. And today, she releases her Speak Now version. Speak Now. Remember, she's redoing a lot of her earlier albums because the producer of those albums was doing a copyright thing with her, saying that she doesn't own the songs or anything. So she re-recorded them to Taylor's version. And that comes out today. Now, I'm not a big fan of her earlier works. But James, you're a Swiftie. I know it's heresy. I didn't really become a fan until the Reputation era, so I'm an older Swiftie, I suppose. The earlier stuff I listened to, it's just kind of like it didn't resonate with me. I guess I just wasn't ready for it when it came out. But hey, I don't knock other Swifties for liking it. So Speak Now is out. She said in a social media post, "It's here, it's yours, it's mine, it's ours. It's an album I wrote alone about the whims, fantasies, heartaches, dramas, and tragedies I lived out as a young woman between 18 and 20. I remember making a track list, obsessing over the right way to tell the story. I had to be ruthless, and my choices, and I left out some songs I'm still unfailingly proud of now. Therefore, you have 6 from the vault tracks. I recorded this album when I was 32, and still growing up now, and the memories it brought back fill me with nostalgia and appreciation. For life, for you, for the fact that I get to reclaim my work. Thank you a million times for the memories that break our fall." Good for her. Again, this is another reason why I like Taylor Swift, because she is somebody who is involved. She writes the songs, guys. She's not somebody who just comes into the booth and sings whatever 12 other songwriters made, right? She writes her songs. She writes her lyrics. She spends time crafting these Easter eggs for fans and stuff like that into her lyrics and stuff, to her albums. So she's an artist, and I respect other artists from one musician to another. And that's something else that I want to get into. I want to stream like music, like at least half an hour a day with you guys. That would be awesome too, right? And get back into recording stuff. That's the old Amazon. Audio CDs, $29. Okay. Holy crap! The LP is $72. $79 new. Oh, wait, what? Why would it be $79 used? Some guy's just trying to one up on it, right? Ooh. $79 for an LP. I don't know about that, guys. Yeah. I guess it's got hidden tracks. It'll be a collector's piece. $72. Yeah, I've got disposable money right now, but not that kind of disposable. I'd rather pick up a new microphone. I'm thinking about getting a Blue Yeti. I thought about going full out for like a Shure, but that's like, what, $300, $400? My voice comes across fine now, and I think a Blue Yeti would be fine. It'll upgrade it a little bit, make it a little bit more rich, deeper. Because the Snowball is a wide, right? It's wide. I'm really surprised that I'm able to get away without putting a gate on it. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Let's move on to some more musicians news. Because this is disturbing. This disturbs me quite a bit. The trend of fans throwing objects on artists' stage is growing, and it's a little disturbing. Yeah, because we saw that Bebe Rexha last week got hit with a phone. I'm like, what the heck are you doing, fans? I mean, come on, you got Taylor Swift out there redoing her stuff for you, and fans appreciate her. She's going on the Eras tour and stuff, and for God's sakes, if somebody ever threw something at her, it would be on, man. It would be on. So, yeah, there's Baby Rexha getting hit. And yeah, that can't happen, guys. It's only going to take one or two more of these to happen before there's going to be like a big shield, a plexiglass shield up. They're not going to be that accessible to fans anymore. There's going to be like big barriers, and it's going to come at the cost of morons like this. Kelly Clarkson got hit apparently, or something was thrown at her. Eva Max, Pink, Little Nas X. Like, it's just moronicism. There's just no time or place for this, guys. Clarkson remembers singing with her eyes closed when a fan rushed on stage to embrace her. Yeah, and you can't do that either, right? Like at a rock concert, when you can get up on stage and jump into the mosh pit, fine, whatever. Unless you're like really big, you kind of have to put up with that stuff, right? I don't know how to this day how security didn't catch that person. Yeah, because you remember the Nirvana days where it'd be like, yeah, they were playing big shows, monstrous shows, like in Brazil. Fans would get up on stage and they would be respectful. They would run around and jump off into the stage. Like somewhere along the lines, there's a certain level of entitlement that people are getting that, oh, you write this music that I really enjoy, so you and I have this bond, and I have the right to throw something at you just to get you to look at me. I deserve that. No, you do not. You do not, and it sucks because look at that. That's Baby Rexa, man. That's terrible. Uh, that's god awful. Um, and that can't happen. And I hope if it ever happens to her, my God, Taylor, stay safe. That's what I say. Stay safe. What's going to happen is that it's going to be like for the first 50 yards or so, 50 meters, maybe even 100 meters. Everybody that comes in those front VIP area rows, you're going to have to put your phones in a lockbox of some kind, and you're going to get patted down. You're going to be like, there's going to be nothing that you can use to throw at it. Like that's what's going to happen. And it's frustrating, and it's a bummer, man. It's a bummer. More musician headlines. Britney Spears responds to traumatic incident involving Spurs player Victor Wembanyama. I guess he was on court. He's a basketball player, guys. Spurs. I guess he was going off court, and then I guess I don't know if it was her or one of her handlers tried to grab him to say, "Oh, look, it's Britney Spears," and he could just kind of like his security shrugged that security off or shrugged her off. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of dicey. I hope that there's some footage of this. She said, I'm aware of the player's statement where he mentioned I grabbed him from behind, but I simply tapped him on the shoulder. Okay, so she did try to touch him. She admits that. His security then backhanded me in the face without looking back in front of her. Well, again, it's a basketball game. I know that she feels that she's a little bit entitled, again, because she's celebrity. It's just a misunderstanding, I would think. Yeah. Britney Spears says she was not prepared for what happened. Again, she feels like she was entitled to touch one of the players, say, hey, it's me. Don't you know who I am? I'm Britney Spears. I'm famous. Nearly knocked down. She was hit so hard her glasses fell on her face. Well, now that's a little overboard. Like, I understand putting the arm out and saying, okay, no fans can come and follow the guy down the tunnel, which I guess that's what was happening. But this will be a headline. This is an entertainment news headline. Hey, you know what? We do movie news, we do entertainment news, and we do celebrity news. Britney Spears is in the headlines. It's on Hollywood Reporter. All right. Guys, that's all I got in the can for today. Let me just refresh my YouTube page and see if any trailers have dropped. And I don't think Meg 2 it's got a TV spot out, and that adjust that? It did. That shouldn't be. It should be locked in. Okay, well, yeah, there's a Meg 2 TV spot out there. Okay, so, yeah, they're just talking about the beginning of it, Meg 2. All right, let's go over to film updates. On what remains. Oops. Coen brothers are officially reuniting for a new project. Cool. Yeah, they kind of took some time off there, right? No Country for Old Men. They were good duo, good filmmakers. Paul Mescal. I don't know who that other person is. Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, because Oppenheimer, right? Jesus. Emily Blunt is so... God. I like Florence Pugh too. We know that she's got shorter hair. I'll give that one the old heart. Why not? Put the old heart on for the. Maybe I'll start using Threads instead of Twitter. Oppenheimer. I'm rooting for this movie, man. I really am. I hear good things about Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt in this, so July 21st can't come fast enough. Talk to Me. The film is Sundance, London today. Okay. Margot Robbie at the Mexico premiere for Barbie. So more Barbie premieres. It's weird. Is it me? Maybe it's because of the press tour. Barbie seems to be a little bit louder in the marketing than Oppenheimer, right? Because Oppenheimer just had that small little, like, that's it? That's all you're doing for Oppenheimer? Oh, no, you got one. Oh, is that one of the flat pancake things for the IMAX screening? Oh, my bad. Yeah, platters, right? They call this a film platter. God, look at that thing. And then some poor soul has to lift that up and put that on there. My God. Ha! I don't envy that. Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder on the set of Beetlejuice 2. Cool. Jenna Ortega, we are a fan of hers. And there's Winona Ryder. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Beetlejuice 2. That's another one. Again, they're rolling the dice of hoping that people have some nostalgia for this. Revisiting, going down memory lane. It's Tim Burton, so maybe, hopefully we'll get that. Barbie, Ariana Greenblatt. Don't know who that is. Gossip Girl. Yeah, follow us on Threads. I got to finish setting up my Threads page. Saoirse Ronan. Greta Gerwig has directed Oscar-nominated performances. Saoirse Ronan, Florence Pugh, and Laurie Metcalf. I do like Saoirse Ronan a lot. Brooklyn, and I like the Host. I liked her in Host. Florence Pugh, Laurie Metcalf, the killer in Scream 2, and we like her. Emma Stone plays a creature unlike anything you've ever seen before in Poor Things. Yeah, we know she's like a Frankenstein monster kind of thing that they use for pleasure purposes too, apparently, which is going to be kind of like, ugh. I don't know about that, man. Super Mario Bros. Will stream August 3rd on Peacock. I don't like promoted tweets. Get promoted tweets out of here. I decide what I want to watch, not you guys. Billie Eilish will be featured on the Barbie soundtrack with a song called What Was I Made For? Well, I do like Billie Eilish. Yeah, the trailer for Nun 2. Yeah, we know that. All right. Guys, that's pretty much all I got in the can. We can go into some speculation here. Chris Schober's got an interesting topic there that we can talk about. I'm just taking a look to see if there's anything else out there that maybe has dropped that's worth talking about. How much of Mission Impossible 8 has already been filmed? Not much that I know of. Some probably. Okay. Not even in one shot. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon doesn't even show the moon in question. What? George Lucas' original Han Solo plan. Nah, we know that. All right. Let's go into some speculation here. It is Friday. Whoops. Oh, there's my posters. I was getting my posters ready for my review. My reviews that'll be coming out. Chris Schober, have you heard about Kathleen Kennedy got fired after Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny? I think that's a big win for Star Wars, though. Don't you think, James? Well, there was news that she was going to leave. Let's pull up that. If she got fired. See if we can poke our nose around here, see if we find anything. Company has not yet announced that she's been fired from her position. Comingsoon.net. A day ago they said this. People are prepping. They're prepping it. I don't know if she'll be she'll be dismissed. I don't think she'll be people will, and then of course people will say that, yeah, after she wasn't dismissed, she was fired. Whatever you say, I don't care. I am going to say that she was fired. And people will make videos about that. Don't worry about that. But I do think, yeah, I said, and everybody, most of the pundits out there are on the same page. It's time for her to move on from her image. Chris Gore had a good thing up there the other day, where most of the Lucasfilm stuff that she's made, she's I don't know if it was her intentions to do this, but all the Star Wars stuff and Indiana Jones have been injected by a female brunette character of some kind. All the heroes have had like an equal that's supposed to be on par with our heroes of the past. That she's done this, and it's kind of like that was pointed out, and it was kind of like, yeah, there's a weird thing going on there. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. It's just odd. So yeah, there has been speculation that has been fired from her position. I think she'll be dismissed. I don't think she'll be fired. It'll be one of those things that they'll say they're not renewing the contract, just like they didn't renew the contract for Gina Carano, right? But everybody ran that she was fired, that she was dismissed. She wasn't, guys. Her contract after season 2 was up, and they were going to have to re-up all of the contracts for season 3. They just didn't renew hers. That's not being fired. That's just not being used anymore. That's not being called on anymore. That's not saying, I know people spun it like that on both sides. People said she was fired because she said all of those things on her social media. And other people said that she was fired because of injustice. And now we got to stand up for the way for freedom of speech and stuff like that. No, it's clickbait. That's all it is. And we know that it's out there. We know that this is out there in the cultural zeitgeist. And when she is out there, ousted, when she's done her tenure, I'll be one of the few that'll be kind of like, good, it's time. It's time that we move on in a fresh direction. All right, guys, that's it for me this weekend. I thought that we would just jam. Haven't done that in a while, right? Pull out the old guitar here. Just jam for about 5 minutes. Ooh, I like that. Well, that sounds nice and crisp, right? I was watching Rick Beato the other day, and he does a lot of really cool music stuff. And he was breaking down some of the top music, some of the pop music. And he was making the shocking revelation that a lot of current top 5 stuff, top 10 stuff, only has 3 chords. So it's like. And that's all the song is. All I'm doing is going down from the D to the 4, the D, and then down to the 3rd. So it's kind of like that. Cool, man. That was a lot of fun, right? Hey, you're just jamming around, and I haven't worked with that lick in a while. Yeah. Have you ever did a watch along for the Tulsa King? Sylvester Stallone? No, I haven't. What is Tulsa King on? Is that Peacock as well? making a copyright claim, right? Now that's the right key that he was playing it in. Because I think it was a full step down. Yeah, cool, man. Paramount Plus, Chris says. Okay. All right, guys, that's it for me. Enjoy your weekend. Of course, we continue on during the weekend, or we do straight out of the theater reactions. We do movie reviews on Sunday, and of course, we'll be back on Monday for more movie news action. Come join us here on Mirror Domains. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.